Welcome back to Still Horse.
You know, the Humane Society of Boone County doesn't even have an animal shelter yet.
And a lot of those animals really need your help. Let's take a look. Well, it looks like Still Horse is going to the dogs. We come to Lebanon, and we'll show you why. Tell me how the Going to the Dogs ride got started.
It was just an idea that one of our volunteers had to do a fundraiser, and we've tried to investigate a lot of different fundraisers because we need money to build a shelter for the Humane Society here in Boone County. We heard about poker runs, we thought it was a great idea, and we decided to organize one to try to raise funds.
Now, the Boone County Humane Society is something pretty new.
It's about a year old, and for the most part, we're just doing fundraising to try to build that shelter. We're doing some limited rescue work, depending on how many foster homes we have. But if we get that shelter built, we can do a lot more.
How did Parky Smokehouse get involved with this ride today?
Well, Mark and I know each other. We're friends, and I offered to do it. If I ever did anything for a fundraiser, I always told him that I wanted to do it for the Humane Society.
You know, I decided to come on this ride because I think that, you know, animals should have the right to be adopted the same as anything else. I don't think anybody should abandon them anymore. They should abandon the child.
Well, we live locally, and we knew about the Humane Society, and I know we're trying to get it started up and get it built stronger in Boone County. So.
You want to know something funny? You're on TV right now, and you got like icing on your lip. Did you see that? Did you see that? This is a big deal with these donuts today, getting them all over your lips.
It is. I know. I think I'm wearing more than what I'm eating.
Tell me about the dog you have there.
This is Hannah. She was just taken from the street department about a week ago, and she was found wandering the streets. And after 3 days, she would have been taken down if it hadn't been for the fact that the Humane Society took her in.
So she's up for adoption.
She's up for adoption. Call the number, and to get a hold of the hotline, we'll get y'all set up with a dog. We do a meet and greet, and that way you can actually meet the dog and make sure that it's a perfect dog for you.
So tell me, how many rides do you go on a year?
Oh, mercy. Well, this is actually the first one this year. We used to go on quite a few of them, but last couple of years we've kind of toned down on it a little bit.
So you waited for the hottest day of the year?
Yes, I did.
Well, I think it's something that needs a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to help these animals. A lot of people are getting rid of them now, and they can't afford to keep them, so they need a lot of help.
So what do you think of this nice hot day?
It looks like we hit it right on target. If it's going to be a nasty day, we'll ride anyway.
The Humane Society of Boone County would really appreciate your support, so if you'd like to donate or help out, give them a call. Now, this week's horse's mouth question is baffling, but not in the way you're thinking. Brian Compton asks, I have a Vulcan 1500 Classic with stock pipes. Can I remove the baffles? And what are the pros and cons to removing them?
You can remove the baffles, but removing the baffles out of the factory pipe, it's hard to get the bike to run 100% properly after that by removing the baffling out of the inside of the muffler, even with custom jetting. It's always better to go with professional made muffler for better tuning and better drivability. And you heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
Thanks, Andy. We really appreciate you answering that horse's mouth question. Now let's take a look at the first installment of the Southside Harley-Davidson calendar.
Over the last few weeks, we've been showing you the Hollywood Ride, which is from the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame Museum just outside of Columbus, Ohio. This week's bike is Captain America.
This 1977 Yamaha TT500 was especially modified for the TV movie Captain America, which aired in 1979. It has a 4-stroke 500cc single-cylinder engine, chain drive, magnesium crankcase cover, and an aluminum fuel tank. It's a stock enduro model with Works Performance shocks. All the bodywork was built by the prop shop at Universal Studios in Los Angeles, California. The Captain America bike was ridden by the top Hollywood stuntman Gary Davis, who doubled for Reb Brown. Brown starred in the lead role based on Captain America's Marvel comic created by Stan Lee. You can view this ride close up at the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame Museum as part of the MotorStars Celebrities and Motorcycles exhibit through December 2009. Hollywood's been building custom bikes and themed bikes long before the fad, and I bet that bike was a little bit hard to turn. And some of you might be having problems turning your bike. Maybe this will help.
Hi everybody, this is where we're going to talk about turning. Those of you who have taken an MSF course already know the components, the slow, look, press, and roll method of taking a curve. But let's break that down and really take a look at it. First off, every curve that you approach, whether it's a 90-degree curve or a 360-degree curve like on an on-ramp, slow before the curve. Most motorcyclists don't, they'll get into the curve too fast. Always slow before the curve. Turn your head first to look to see your exit point. If you can't see your exit point, assume that your exit is blocked and slow down even further. As you enter the turn, press the handlebar to make the motorcycle lean, and this is the important part, roll on your throttle. You want to gradually increase your speed through the turn as you're rolling through it. This will collapse the suspension and push the tires into the pavement, make the motorcycle a lot more solid, much more controllable. If for some reason you get into the curve too fast, avoid rolling off the throttle because centrifugal force will take you and pull you to the outside. That's something that you don't want. Go ahead and gradually apply both brakes as you keep a constant speed, and this will help you control the motorcycle through the turn. Remember the components: slow, look, lean, and roll on the throttle. Practice it every time because turns are your #1 concern on a motorcycle. It's your #1 danger too. Remember, take control, get the edge, the safety edge. Until next week, I'll see you on the road.
Thanks, Jim. Don't turn the dial. When Steel Horse returns, we're going to have the Gadget Closet.
And the MDA ride.
And we'll check out Papa Smurf's bike.
So don't go anywhere.